down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
So, yes, things look great now. The economy's ready to roar, as our friend Steve Moore says, like a rocket ship. So, yes.
Yes, rocket ship. Go to roar. Sure. Boom. Let's roar. Everything's going to get back to normal. God, they make me sick. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network, where you get the truth. It's not about politics. It's about the truth. Don't tell you what you want to hear or you hope to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. Because you can't plan your future unless you have the truth. And see, that's the problem. And listening to fake business news networks or listening to our Congress, they all lie. They don't tell us the truth. And there's some real truths out there. And one truth is that we're going to get back to a normal economy. That is not true at all. To say something like that is totally insane. There's no more normal economy. We're never going to get back to that normal economy. That normal economy is gone forever. Gone forever. Doesn't work like that. That's not how life works. We've been through a disaster. You know, it's much easier to stop an economy, shut it down, than to stimulate it. You want to know why? Because you can't stimulate an economy. You can't stimulate growth. Printing money is future debt. If they try to make you, they take parking space in your head because they think we sit on the world's longest stupid bench, which we don't, and try to take that parking space and saying, look, everything's going to get back to normal. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to stimulate the economy. We're going to print all this money and stimulate it. Taking all its liquidity in the history of our country never has an injection of liquidity. And you talk about injection of liquidity. $90 billion per day. $90 billion per day is what they're printing and injecting in this account. This is even more than what Bernanke was doing each day starting in 2008 with QE. Let me repeat. They're printing $90 billion a day, the Federal Reserve. They take that money, they go to the companies, take the S&P 500, about 40% of them that should go bankrupt. Instead, they prop them up. They go in and they buy their assets, mortgage-backed securities, treasuries. Hell, they even buy their desk in exchange to give them cash to stay alive for another day. Instead of letting these weak companies go down, dissolve them, take their asset and spread it among the remaining strong companies. They don't do that. They should have done that, by the way, in 2008 with the banks. 8,000 banks, they should let the big banks collapse, take their assets, spreading them on all the other 8,000 banks, and we'd have a strong economy today. No, they didn't do that. They didn't want to hurt their pals. They didn't want to hurt the biggest banks on Wall Street. They didn't want to hurt Bank of America, Citi, J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs. No, they weren't going to hurt them because they own Congress. They should have let them go, but they didn't. But let's talk about now. It's worse now. So think about that. 90 billion per day is being printed, and nobody wants to tell you this, and they're injecting that money into the economy, but not in areas of the economy where our economy will grow, where we have productivity, where we then have wages increasing, and then from those wages, people take that money and save. And they take that money and do startup businesses. And the people who don't do startup business take that money and they spend it. And remember, 72% of our economic GDP growth comes from that money, comes from that business investment. If they took that money and put it in business, that'd be great, but they're not doing that. Look at this last bill, the one they're signing today. Ridiculous. Money is going to arts and craft. Money's building this bridge to nowhere in New York. Very little money is going to help the economy grow. I mean, go down through the list. You've heard it. I'm not going to waste your time. You know it. You know what's going on. They're going to give all this money to the Kennedy Center. Take care of them. It's all political. Can you imagine if they took this money and gave it to startup businesses? Wow. But they're not doing that. Every single second, the Fed is swapping almost $1 million a second worth of treasuries and mortgage-backed securities for cash. And then the company who receives that cash that should be closed down makes the same mistakes again and is out of cash once again, and we can go and prop them up again. So to say that we're going to be back to normal is ridiculous. It's a big lie. U.S. unemployment has never been this low. In March 2020 when we got hit. Record lows, 13%. Highest number recorded since World War II. Oh, we're just going to get back to normal? Remember, recoveries are regular business cycles. They start with real estate, construction, business investment, the auto industry. But here's the problem. What they don't tell you, they'll say, oh, look at a Kudlow will come out every day. Look, it's booming. Look at auto sales, booming. Everything's booming. Real estate's booming. What a dope. What he doesn't tell you is these sectors, real estate, construction, business investment, none, zero, the auto industry. Just take real estate, construction, auto industry. These sectors employ less than a quarter of the workforce. 80% of the jobs in this country, real estate, education, bars, restaurants, entertainment, the majority, 68.6% of the 80% of the jobs in these areas where usually the business cycles start, 80% of these jobs, they pay 68.6% of these 80%. They pay $17.28 per hour. That's $22,000 a year. So 68% of the jobs that are going to survive are $22,733 a year. What are you, nuts? The remaining 20% pay $32.62 an hour against the $17.28. Something's backwards here. We got to reverse that. So 68.6% of the jobs that are coming back are paying $17.28 per hour. That's $22,733 a year. 20% of the 80%, they're paying $32.62, but it's only 20% of the 80%. Those are 66,000 jobs. So only 20% of the 80% are $66,000 jobs. And you're telling us we're going to come back to normal? Stop listening to the fake business news network. They just lie. Fed's buying, as I say, $90 billion worth of assets a day from all these sick businesses and the banks that are in trouble to give them cash to make them survive. This is nuts. But guess what? One day it's got to be paid back. Do you know, think about this. One day, April 9th, 2020, when we had this big mess all started, remember started in February, by April 9th, 2020, you know, they launched an additional $2.3 trillion in asset purchases in one day. One day. Nobody talks about that. Oh, what? We're just going to go back to normal. What are you, nuts? This is insane. But there's a lot of money to be made in the market because of this insanity. So stick around and I'll tell you how. What a bunch of nuts.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
There's no question the economy this year is going to be demonstrably stronger than anybody had anticipated.
If you get a significant dip in big tech, you buy that dip.
Really? A dip stick is telling us to buy the dip. Are you kidding me? Are you nuts? Now, there's a lot of money to be made in this market in this last rally. Remember what I told you. If you go back and look at a chart, again, I've been on this earth for 75 years. I've been in the business actually 52 years. I keep saying 50 or 51, 52. I've been through all these crashes, and every time there's a crash, it just doesn't happen, boom, overnight. I have to laugh. Everybody talks about 1987. Everybody went to lunch. They came back. The market was down 500 points. That's not how it worked. We started to short, or my father started to short the market in January. In January of 1987. It's how long it takes. It takes a long time. Remember, think of a crash as like turning the Queen Mary around with a rowboat. That's right. It takes a long time. Because the crooks, the gangsters, are doing everything they can to manipulate the market to make sure it doesn't happen. That's why market crashes just don't happen overnight. Now, the last part of the crash is where you make most of the money. Because when you think about it, at the very end of the crash, I tell you this every day, and it's so important. I know you're sick of hearing it, but it's so important to drill into your head. At the last part of it, right before the crash, all the big banks, J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they control all the pension money. Whether it's the police, the fire, the nurses, the union, the steel workers. They have to get those people out. They just can't take them out. If those 5 big banks took all their pension money out, their profits, the stock market would go down. I mean, it would go down 2,000 points in a second. You just can't pull that money out. So what they do, the last part of every crash, and every crash is exactly the same. Go look at a chart. They have that last spike, that big rally, because they really promote the hell out of it. This is where they get your emotion. This is where they come after you. You go from the hope mode to the excitement mode to all the different modes to get you so excited, to get you to run back in. And boy, people start coming into the market like never before. New people who have never been in the market, been sitting around for 13 years watching it go up 475%. Now it pulls back. Now you have guys like Varney and the rest of these people tell you buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip. And here's the one I love. All the savings, we got so much savings, the savings on the sideline. And boy, when that savings comes in from the sidelines, wow, the market's going to explode. Come on in, come on in. And people jump in the market left and right, buying on margin. Why is this done? Why do they promote all this? Why now are they promoting all of this? How everything's going to be just fantastic.
What do you say about a rocket ship takeoff for the economy come the spring?
I will tell you, the rocket ship has already taken off.
What a lie that is. There's no rocket ship taking off. What's taking off is the stock market. An economy can't take get an economy taken off with stimulus. It never will work. It never has. Economies grow when you take money and you put it into productivity, business investment. But CEOs don't do that anymore. They don't need to. They just do stock buybacks. What a big lie. So this savings, when you hear all the savings is on the sideline, and when it comes in, boy, is this market going to go up like a rocket ship? Not true. Because we have declining business investment. So the big boys, they're just going to trade this market. So let me say again, this big last rally, and I told you last week, 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I said, start watching for a NASDAQ correction of 10%. If you go back and look at all the crashes, you don't get the crash until you get a minimum of 10% corrections in the NASDAQ. We got one this week. Now we're looking for another one. This is unbelievable. I mean, no one has any idea how far and how fast the resumption of our so-called normal life, we'll get back to our normal life. Who can say they know we're going to get back to a normal life? They don't know that. They don't know that. And even if we get production back up and employment restarted, we're dealing with overhang. It's called financial overhang. It takes years. People gotten killed. We are engaged in the largest surge of public debt ever. That's got to be paid back. That's debt on the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve. Remember what they do? They go to all the banks that are in big trouble. They go to all the banks, all the companies in big trouble, and they go and they buy their assets from them and replace it with cash so they can stay alive. And now it's on the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve. Remember, it took 200 years for the balance sheet to grow $200 billion. 200 years. I'm sorry, to get to $800 billion. We've gone from $800 billion to $7 trillion in 13 years. What are you, nuts? That debt's got to be paid back. It goes on the balance sheet, but how does it get paid back? How do you pay the $7 trillion off? You have to increase taxes big time. You can't increase taxes when you got wages. Most of the people that are working, they're not making $62,000 a year. They're making $28,000 a year. Now let's get back to what happened yesterday. Let's talk about the so-called reversal. Everybody went nuts yesterday. Why? Oh, well, guess why? Because they said, well, wait a minute. The 10-year Treasury, it went from 1.59, and then yesterday morning it dropped to 1.53. Wow, it's over. That means this is it. We're on our way back up. They're dropping interest rates. Really? This morning we're back up to 1.56. What are we missing here? What happened? We're going to talk about yesterday's key reversal and how we're going to make money here at Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Remember to subscribe to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel to get both my live and archived radio shows. Also, my free Phil's Take on the stock market. Also, sign up and get a free 10-day chart and membership trial. Remember, get your free chart called the Pro 2 chart and your membership. Just go to my site, and it says work. It says, you'll see it right there where it says Get Started. Click on Get Started. You get your 10-day free. At the end of 10 days, I'm not going to sell you. You're going to sell yourself. You say, boy, this thing really works. Let me explain something. Nobody understands. We had this big rally, so-called rally. So you got all these people jumping in the market yesterday, buying on a dip, buying on a dip. They have no clue. The trend, when they were buying on the rally yesterday and buying today, they have no clue. They're buying when the trend of that stock, or let's just take the NASDAQ, is down. You see, people look at an individual stock and they see it going up. All they look at is the right-hand side where the numbers are. They say, I better get it at 300 before it gets to 311. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You got a higher probability of going to 400 from 300 than you do from 311. But people don't get that. Now, understand this. If you take the Qs, you take the NASDAQ, it's in a huge downtrend. So just take one day, yesterday, everybody jumped in and they bought back the NASDAQ. Now think why they did it, how stupid this is. August of last year, the 10-year Treasury, what we pay for interest, 0.58, 58 points, not even 1%. Now, it's 1.56, 1.5%, more than 1.5%. That's 156 points. Now, here's what they did. The interest rate went up to 1.59, and the market came tumbling down. The next day, we open up on, I think it was Tuesday. They go, oh, the yields dropped from 1.59 to 1.53, and the market shot right up. The market went up. And now, today, the 10-year Treasury yield is back down. It's back down. So they're making these judgments on these little tiny moves in the Treasury. When the big move's been made, we've gone from 0.58 in August up to 1.56. So the 10-year Treasury today, I don't have it right in front of me, it's less than the 1.56. So all of a sudden, when the market went down, it was 1.59. And everybody went nuts, and the market sold off. Then it dropped to 1.53. And everybody's wow, this is it. It's over. It's over. And everybody bought stocks, right? This morning, it's at 1.56, went back up. Now people are hesitant again. In fact, when a stock, like all these tech stocks, take the Q, went back up today, after yesterday, it's given up all its gains today. Most every NASDAQ stock has given up, all tech stocks have given up all the gains it made today. And it's going to give up all the gains it made yesterday. Why? Because when you have a rally like this, they're called head fake rallies. Because what you got to look at is not just that one day when the candlestick's going up in the chart. You got to look at the overall trend. The overall trend on the Qs, the overall trend goes from $338.19 down to a low of $297. That's the trend. So if you were with my gang and you had my Pro 2 color-coded chart, it would have warned you yesterday, as I warned all my members in this rally. First of all, it never turned green, which identified for my members it's a head fake rally. What's that mean? It means that if a market is going to turn around, a stock or the market's going to turn around, that means, okay, we're done. It's all going to go back up now. Everything's okay again. So when the market drops or an individual stock drops and goes back up, you got to identify, why is it going back up? Is it going back up just because you got people buying on the dip? Because you hear all day long from Varney, buy on the dip, buy on the dip. You hear from Cudlow, buy on the dip. Varney, buy on the dip.
If you get a significant dip in big tech, you buy that dip.
So does it mean yesterday did everybody buy on the dip? Or was it the institutions who bought on the dip? How do you know which one it is? If it's the people who come in, individuals who are buying on the dip, the rally's not going to sustain itself. If it's the institutions that came in and said, we're now buying. We see an opportunity. The biggest banks, the biggest insurance companies, the biggest hedge funds, if they're coming to say, oh, now we're going to buy at a dip. Now, that's different. My charts told me it wasn't the institutions because it didn't turn green. But everybody who jumped in and bought yesterday, they have no clue that the trend was still going down when they're buying the individual stock. They also didn't know the reason why the stock was going up because it got a bunch of new people coming in. Everybody's going to Robinhood buying. They have no idea what they're doing. And they're buying into a downtrend. You can never buy into a downtrend and make money. It's going to give it all back. And that's what's happening today. So this morning, after yesterday's big move, this morning, if you take the Qs, they went from a low of around 310 up to a high of around 316. Guess where they are now? 311. Giving up their gains. Why? Because the problem is, it's not the institutions that are saying, hey, this is over. The big tech stocks aren't going to go down anymore. See, when they say that, the chart's going to look different. It's going to turn green, and it's going to identify there's the institutions that are putting all the money in, and that the sell-off in the big tech is over. But that's not what happened. The chart identified it was just little individual players. Listen to Larry Kudlow, listen to Varney, listen to Maria, listen to all these nuts, paying attention to them and jumping in buying, thinking they're going to get rich. See, you got to have to prove that it's the institutions who are saying the market, the sell-off in tech is over. You got to make sure that you take yesterday's volume. There's a 3-day test. You have yesterday's volume. Today's volume in the NASDAQ has to be higher than yesterday. Tomorrow, which is the third day, the volume, that's called the key reversal, the third day, the volume has to be larger than the past 2 days. Then that tells you it passed the test. It wasn't just these retail customers don't know what they're doing buying a dip. Listen to Varney. That's the institutions who are buying. Now you're going to get a reversal. That's not what's happening. So already the test is failing. Look, all you needed was my chart. It never turned green. Whatever tech stock you own, like my Tesla, it never turned green. We already taken a lot of our profits, over 20% in our profits. Remember I said on February 17th, I said, everybody listen to me. You're going to love me if you listen to me. Take your profits. Take your profits today. I'm telling you, February 17th at 3:10, I think it was. Take your profits and short the stock Tesla. What happened? I was right. Bam, it went down. How'd I know? Because I could see the institution money. It wasn't going in. It wasn't going in. They're pulling their money out. So it's failing its test. It's failing its test. So why don't you just join my gang? Because remember, 85% of people don't know when to get out of their stock. And many of you who bought stock yesterday in the NASDAQ, big tech that you should have sold into it, take your profits. Join my gang free for 10 days. And you will prove to yourself that 85% never know when to get out. But with my chart, you will know when to get out. And you know who's buying and who's not.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
If you've been in Tesla, take your profits at 3:57 p.m. on February 17, 2021, and you're going to love me for it. That was at 3:57. 3:57. Right before the close of my radio show and the close of the market, I said, take profits on Tesla. Now, how did I know that? Well, I've only been doing this for 51 years. But here's what I didn't know. I knew interest rates are going up, that you're going to see the 10-year Treasury yield going up. So that means the 10-year Treasury yield is going up. That's going to kill the big tech stocks. I knew that. I also knew that Tesla is nuts. PE ratio is 140. Crazy stuff in Tesla. But I wish I had what I am offering you for 10 days free to look at when I started. A chart that has algorithms that identifies the flow of money. It was turning red. Tesla was turning red. It was identifying for me that the big institutions were pulling their money out. Pulling their money out. So it identified that. It told me that. Even if I didn't know how it all works, even if I didn't know when the 10-year Treasury yield goes up, that's interest, what it affects, even if I didn't know it affected big tech, this chart first turned yellow. My color-coded chart gave me a warning early on. It was yellow. Think about that. It started to turn yellow going back all the way to I think it was on February, let's see, what was it? I think it was, let me just get it here for you. I think it was, yeah, here it is, January 7th. And I made that call on February 17th. But I had a warning. It turned yellow. It gives you an advance warning. Then I was able to tell my students, let's sell it short, as I told everybody on the radio. Now, as I've been telling you during this whole program, when you have down trends in any stock or any group, and you have a stock one day going up, that's meaningless. You don't change a trend in one day. It takes 3 days to have a trend reversal. And we're not getting that. It's already breaking down. Now, we do not care if it turns around. Even though we're shorting, if it turns around and goes back up and gives us a signal, we're going to turn around and make money on the way up. See, that's the one thing that we achieve here at Phil's Gang, that we can offer you. With the same ease that you have in buying a stock and comfort level, you're going to have that same ease when the stock starts dropping and you get the signal to sell it short and make money. Once you position yourself where it doesn't matter to you anymore, if the stock goes up, you're going to be positioned. If the stock goes down, you're going to be positioned. 85% of you don't know when to get out of the stock. 85% didn't know when to get out of Tesla. You lost 23, 24% in Tesla. We made 23, 24%. I'm offering this for you for 10 days. Now, during the 10 days, you're going to also find out something. Many of you don't want to learn. I know that. If you have time, you don't want to learn. But most of you wouldn't want to learn if you had the time. Because who does? You've been through school your whole life. You don't want to go sit in a class and learn. I get online. I get that. So we made it so that Steve, who's the head of our education department, every day at 2 o'clock, he will post my portfolio of my 5 stocks that we've been in now for 4 years. 4 years. And those are top named stocks. Once you become a gang member, you can either follow my 5 stocks or you can follow the Working Investor Group. It's up to you because they're all brand name stocks. It's in every institution. Every hedge fund has it. Every bank has it. Every insurance company has these 5 stocks: Intel, Caterpillar, Goldman Sachs, Schlumberger, and Lowe's. My color-coded chart tells us every day which direction the stock is going and what to do. And Steve, every day at 2 o'clock, he will post those 5 stocks and tell you exactly what to do. Here, listen.
Apple, continue to hold your short position here. Keep your stop at it.
And he keeps going on. I have to cut it short. I don't have time. But he keeps going on. He does that with all 5 stocks plus the spiders. But we also have another group called the Working Investor Group. Those are ETFs. ETFs. And he'll tell you exactly what's going on. You can't do any better than, and you got 10 days to see if it works. Now, let me tell you something else. This market, nobody believes this right now. Gold is going to be huge. Gold is going to be huge. But nobody's going to believe that. You're laughing at me. Also, stop listening to these people who are on these shows, on these fake Business News Network shows. Let me tell you why. Beware of them. Because they're going to start telling you the little song and dances. Like, how you want to be in, you better be in the cyclical stocks, like restaurants and autos. When the economy's doing good, make sure you get in those cyclical stocks. Get into restaurants, start buying autos, all those good cyclical stocks. Then they'll tell you the economy's not doing good. Get into non-cyclical stocks. Start buying Clorox and Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all these defensive stocks. Really? That doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore because the market's rigged. Today, Philip Morris, a defensive stock, a defensive stock. They're telling us the economy is going to be booming. We're entering a booming economy. So Philip Morris, should be rallying like hell. Right? Because it's non-cyclical. But guess what? It's not. It's not rallying. I'm sorry, Walmart should be rallying. Walmart should be rallying and Philip Morris should be going down. Because Philip Morris, remember, is a defensive stock. In a good economy, defensive stocks go down, they tell us. So you want to switch to a cyclical stock like Walmart. In a good economy, Walmart should be going up. Then how come today Walmart is going down and just the opposite? And Philip Morris is going up. That doesn't make any sense. Because it doesn't work anymore. Whether it's cyclical or non-cyclical, that's all gone. Because remember, the big institutions, they don't care about profits. They don't care about earnings. They don't care about top. Those days are gone. Remember, it used to be earnings. Free cash flow, margins, increase those margins. They don't care anymore. It's all about one thing. Are they going to print more money and put that money into the market and push those stocks up? Are they going to give more money to the CEOs to buy their own shares? Are they going to print more money, go in and buy treasuries to bring interest rates down near zero again, keep them going down? And by the way, gold is going to be great because gold right now, let me tell you, with the yields going up the way they are, we're going to get a great opportunity because the yields, interest rates are going up. And so isn't inflation. So what do you think they're doing every day now? They're trying to get those yields back down. They're trying to get the 10-year Treasury interest rate, the yields back down. So when they're trying to suppress the 10-year Treasury yield down, and you got inflation going up, which it is, that means that's a great place to be in gold. We'll tell my members when they're ready to go for gold. We're already seeing our mining stocks going up. We're seeing 2 mining stocks going up right now, AU and AUI. Those are the first to go up. Why? Gold doesn't go up first. The mining stocks go up first. Exactly what's happening. Because mining stocks are companies. Gold is just a chunk of metal. Mining stocks are real companies. And mining stocks have terrific margins. If gold stocks at $1,700, their margins are 50%. So they lead first. We'll put it on our color-coded chart. As soon as we know the money's going in, they're leading, we'll tell our gang members. That's all you need to know. As long as the chart's green, it's telling us the mining stocks are leading. And then when gold starts coming up behind it, it accelerates the mining stocks. You want to be in the mining stocks, not the gold. And we already see that they're on the move. Haven't turned green yet, but we'll tell our members when to get in. Last time we did this, we made a 42% gain in our gold. Join my gang tonight, free. Check it out. You'll see it works. And please help the kids of St. Jude once you join and you're making money. See you on the chart. Join tonight, free, for 10 days.
On the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.